Good morning, dear students. Welcome to our subject, English 9, Quarter 3, Week 2. This is Rafi Aguilar, your teacher. Before we proceed to our formal discussion this morning, don't forget to visit our official website at gaitf.sims.school/LCMS. I repeat, gaitf.sims.school/LCMS. Log in your account there, visit the English 9 subject, click the learning path for the third quarter, and don't forget to download all the PDF files, including your PowerPoint presentation, video presentation, your modules from week 1 to 8, and of course, don't forget to answer the quizzes and the activities that I have uploaded here. So, are you now ready for our lesson for today, class? I hope and I think everyone is now ready. So, I will not make this any longer. Let's begin with our formal discussion this morning. Okay, so before I will proceed to the next slide, what do you think is our lesson this morning? Yesterday, we've discussed about the bias and prejudice. So as we've discussed that, we've already learned that bias is based on the attitude and our thoughts. But when we talk about prejudice, it is the action of our behavior towards other people or group of people. So that's the similarities between the bias and prejudice. They are both similars, but they are different in meaning. Okay. So always remember that, class, bias is different from prejudice, but they have similarities when it comes to their actions. So, aside from that, we've also learned the different types of biases and also prejudices. So, from biases, we've learned about the halo effect, the confirmation, the media bias, etc. While in the prejudice, we've also learned about the common types, the racism, the ageism, the sexism, and etc. So those are the common types of prejudice and bias. Okay, so today we have a new lesson, and our lesson for today is all about, the relevance and truthfulness of idea. So what do you mean by relevance and truthfulness of idea? So, from the root word itself, relevant, meaning they are related. How about truthfulness? What is the root word? Truthful or truth. So, what does it mean? There is accuracy, right? When I say accuracy, true, very true. And of course, the truthfulness of ideas. So, that would be our lesson for today. So sit back, relax, and listen attentively. Okay, so our learning objectives for this lesson: first, judge the relevance and truthfulness of the ideas listened to. Second, analyze the worth of ideas presented in the text listened to. Next, analyze a radio, play, and ICT text as a means of connecting to the world. D. Provide critical feedback, reaction to a specific situation. And last but not the least, use an infographic to disseminate information. Okay, so those are the learning objectives for today's discussion. Okay, so it is with information technology that distance is being defied. With just a click of a button, you have emails, voicemail, Facebook, blogs, instant messaging, and many more virtual platforms that allow you to connect to the world. In many ways, your life has been made easier and more efficient with technology that enables you to communicate the fastest way possible. However, it is essential to know how to see the truth and relevance behind information, read and listen to, especially with a growing number of fake accounts and news in the digital era. So we are now in a digital age wherein everyone has their own mobile phones, laptop, computers that may use for communication. And of course, we could not deny the fact that the use of technology, there are many informations that we can get from it. But we are not assured that this information we've gained from that certain device or technology are accurate enough, right? So fake news, memes, there are lots of any negative informations that we can get on that particular platform. Okay, so let's discuss more about this. So this module is done to discover the extent to which you can connect to other people with different personalities and needs using technological advancement and be able to enhance your reading skills in terms of judging worthy of ideas presented in text. Okay, so we are, at the end of this discussion, we are able to hopefully develop our skills in communicating with other people through the use of this platform. I'm talking about the technology like smartphones or laptops, computers. So those are the technologies that we can use in order for us to communicate with other people. And by this lesson, hopefully we can able to develop our skills when it comes to communicating other people through the use of technology. So it's about a responsibility of a person, no, using this technology in communicating with other people. Yes, that's it. So I hope that this lesson will give us an insight or an information that could help us develop or grow ourselves to become responsible in incorporating technology, especially in communication. So further on that, we would proceed to the next slide. The judgment of ideas, points of view, and arguments presented in text or other platforms are important for students' growth as independent thinkers. Learning how to analyze and critically evaluate information's truthfulness helps you develop a sound framework to test your arguments and enrich your points of view. Moreover, it is only through sound judgment and worth of ideas that students can distinguish among challenging claims for truth and determine which arguments and points of views they can trust and those of which they should be skeptical, especially when they view and or listen to the information in the internet or other technological advancements. Okay, so I want you to listen the story Wrong Number by Lucille Fletcher. So Mrs. Albert Smith Stevenson is the only character in Lucille Fletcher's 1943 drama, which was originally produced for the suspense radio program. An invalid whose unspecified health condition keeps her confined to her bed in an upstairs room Mrs. Stevenson, whose first name is not provided, is usually attended by a maid. On the night the drama takes place, she has given the maid the night off. As her husband, Albert, is still at work, she is alone. The play opens with Mrs. Stevenson speaking to the telephone operator. She reports that her attempt to call a particular number was unsuccessful. Surmising that some wires had gotten crossed, she reports to men that she listened to revealed the most dreadful thing, a murder plot. She directs the operator to trace the call. The audience cannot hear the operator's lines of dialogue. Mrs. Stevenson admits to the operator that it was not her business, but she defends her actions because the men she heard are cold-blooded fiends who are going to commit murder. The intended victim is a poor, innocent woman, alone in her house, which is near a bridge. She pleads with the operator to help her stop would-be killers. Mrs. Stevenson speaks sharply to the original call. She suggests that the operator repeat their original careless mistake. The operator apparently does not comply, as Mrs. Stevenson gets the busy signal of the number she had originally dialed. Mrs. Stevenson redials the operator again and becomes more instant, saying that tracing the call is her civic duty. She now agrees to be connected to the chief operator, to whom she repeats her story. Mrs. Stevenson insists that it is absolutely necessary to stop the terrible, cold-blooded murder of an innocent woman. She provides her own name and phone number to the chief operator, repeating her demand that the other call be traced. She again provides the reason that her intent is to prevent the dangerous man from killing someone, which will occur at 11:15 that night. As the operator apparently tells her to contact the police directly, she first dismisses the idiotic suggestions as tying her up in red tape, then hangs up and calls the police, stating that she is reporting a murder. She revises the claim to indicate that it is forthcoming murder. The man she heard are planning to murder a woman who lives in a house near a bridge. Other details of the conversations include references to the client who hired the man to kill her with a knife and steal her jewelry. As she provides her name, phone number, and address, she reveals that her home is near the Queensboro Bridge and 2nd Avenue. She also states that she is invalid. Her husband is working late and it is the maid's night off. She asks that they send away the car. As she muses that the neighborhood described sounds like her own, she also admits that she is nervous about being alone. She describes her maid, Elise, as big and strong but lazy, and tells them how much her husband adores her. She has been ill for 12 years. As the police officer apparently declines to help, she insists that her situation is a high priority, calls him an idiot, and slams down the phone. Next, she calls the operator again and has them call her husband's number, which is still busy. Then the phone rings. When she answers, there is no one there. Then the phone rings This happens once more. Then she redials the operator. Admittedly very nervous, she berates the young female operator for the inefficient service and her unpardonable rudeness. Stressing her own suffering, she explodes, "You so stupid." After she hangs up, the phone rings again and again. No one is there. The next time she picks up, however, the call is from Western Union within a telegram from Albert. He is not coming home but going to Boston on business at 11 p.m. Now Mrs. Stevenson is really distraught. She thinks that if she has to stay home alone, she will go mad. She decides to hire a nurse to stay with her. From the operator, she gets the number of Hanshy Hospital, then dials them direct, asking for the nurse's registry and telling the reception that she wants a trained nurse whom she will hire immediately for the night. However, the woman she must speak with, Miss Phillips, had gone to dinner at 11 p.m. In this wise, Mrs. Stevenson, now shouting into the phone, learns that the time is 11:14 p.m. While still on the line, she hears a click indicating that someone is on the extension phone downstairs in the kitchen. She hangs up with the hospital and once again dials the operator. As the play ends, she whispers into the phone, urging the operator to believe that she is in desperate trouble and cannot speak louder because someone could overhear. Someone is in the house, she insists. The murderer. She knows he is listening on the extensions. As she begs the operator to get the police, she hears the click when he hangs up the extension, then hears him coming up the stairs. As she orders over and over that the operator call the police, her voice is drowned out by the noise of a train crossing the bridge outside. Her scream coincides with the train whistle. Next, for the first time, the audience hears a different voice. At the police station, Sergeant Martin is answering a call. He responds to the man on the other end. "Yes, sir. What is, sir?" "Wrong number." "Okay. Good night, sir." So, the story was all about a wrong number. So, my source, https://www.enotes.com/topics/sorry-wrong-number. So, what a great story. Drama, rather. So, I hope that you've learned something for today, class. Thank you for your participation and your cooperation. Before we end up this session, don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel so that you are updated on our latest video happenings on YouTube. And of course, once again, this is your teacher, Rafi Jaguilar, now signing off. Have a nice day, everyone. Stay safe and God bless. Bye.